Oh, don't worry about the code. I'll take care of that. Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much.
And, you know, if there's a bunch of people standing around and somebody's got their cell phone, they're...
Check connector and pads. Check connector and pads.
Once you've got it...
Analyzing rhythm. Everyone searching. Everyone standing.
1 minute and 30 seconds of CPR remain.
Clear. Delivered.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Brian Martinez, Local Fitness. And yeah, yesterday had to get recertified for CPR and automated external defibrillator. For nutritionists and personal trainers, it's required that you maintain your Red Cross CPR and AED certifications. So I think it was like 5 years since I got mine last, and that's expired. So it was cool. It was only like an hour and a half, $55. If you guys are interested in something like that, I think it's redcross.org. And today's Friday the 13th. It's a leg day. I'm stoked because I can actually get some footage for this leg day. I know I haven't put out any leg footage so far. I've been really trying to. One day I filmed it, but my cousin fucked up the camera angles. So I'm gonna redo it today. And yeah, pretty excited about that. Gonna have a big breakfast when I get home. I had some egg whites and some avocado this morning. But definitely gonna have a big breakfast before the gym today. You know what, while we're at it, why don't we cover something, why don't we cover a little topic here. I got my tripod sitting on my helmet right now. And what I wanted to talk about was breakfast. And I'll tell you what I like to do. Like right now I'm in a cut, so when you wake up, your body's cortisol levels are high, you're in a pretty efficient fat burning mode, you're fasted, and is that something that we want to necessarily turn off? Do we want to stop that fat burning mode? Because the second we introduce carbohydrate, our body's going to produce insulin and it's going to start storing our nutrients instead of burning fat. And if you're in a cut, I don't see the reason why you would want to turn that off necessarily right away. Obviously, eventually we're going to have to get some carbs, whether you work out in the morning or the afternoon. Or, but I found the most optimal breakfast is high fat, high protein. Why? Well, one, protein synthesis. We've been in a fasted state, and our bodies have been more or less catabolizing our fat and our lean muscle. And so we want to reverse that. And by getting in protein, or essentially leucine, one of the branched chain amino acids, we're going to counteract that catabolic effect and ignite protein synthesis in our body. And so that's what that's going to do is start using those proteins and start rebuilding amino acids into proteins that our body can store as lean tissue. You're going to keep your hormone levels stable by not spiking your insulin so high. You're also going to keep your testosterone production very efficient by supplying yourself with a good amount of nutrient fat. And so I found that that's the most optimal way to eat breakfast. A lot of people will load up on carbs, and the problem with that is, one, you're going to stop burning fat the second you ingest carbs. Two is, who knows how much glycogen your body burned over the course of your night's sleep, and how much carbs you're actually going to need. And so carbs are a tricky thing. Carbs, if you don't need them, if your body can't use them and store them as glycogen in your muscles or in your liver, it's going to just, that blood sugar is just going to get converted into fat. And so why I time my carbohydrates around my workout is, I know the second I get in the gym and start lifting or exerting myself, my body's going to be in the need for carbohydrates. So I'll sip on carbohydrates throughout my workout, and then I'll get in a higher glycemic carbohydrate like bananas or any kind of simple sugar after my workout to replenish and help that recovery process. And so I know my body's using all of that because I know I've burned a sufficient amount of muscle glycogen out of my body. In the morning, it's like, how exactly do you know? So how much carbohydrates do you need to eat? And it's really a tricky thing. You really got to know your body and how to play with carbohydrates. Obviously, if you're below like 10% body fat, you're going to be able to use carbohydrates more efficiently, and you can have carbs in the morning. You can have them pre-workout. But if you're over 10% body fat, I suggest lowering your carbs, not eating carbs in the morning, just sticking to a high-fat, high-protein diet, and watch the fat burn off of your body. And so that's my little rant for right now. It's getting to about 9:30, so I got to take off. Anyways, Brian Martinez, Local Fitness. Stay tuned for leg day. It's going to be a good one. Man, I swear to God, when I pay no attention to anyone else and I'm in the gym, I have my best workouts. When I'm not worried about what that guy's doing or what he's doing wrong or what he's doing right or what his legs look like or this or that. I feel like, you know, and I'm guilty of it too, but getting caught up in what everyone else is doing is so distracting. And today, seriously, just put my head down and knocked out what I needed to do. Just stayed inside my own head and forgot about what was going on around me and killed it. So I'm really happy with that workout. I need to eat.